Alright, I'm going to be doing a reaction to my friend's second video.
The GOAT LC has posted again with another video to the parallel called Geography. With it, we get a lot of information about our friends, stalkers, and tormentors. And this video actually marks
Unironically, why don't they just like firebomb them or like put them in a cage or make like a special military like division for these creatures, honestly? $1 trillion budget for the US government, or sorry, for the US military.
LC making his own world distinct from others because now there are places on his planet that are now uninhabitable.
So you're telling me the Earth, the big ass globe that we live on, the planet that we have thrived on for thousands of years, there's parts that are uninhabitable. Why don't we just nuke those areas? It's not like anybody's living there. Or,
Before
like,
we go
bruh.
on, go support the man LC.
This is true. Support ATL and LC. Pretty good channels. But, like I said, support ATL. He's still new. 2,000 subscribers. Pretty good.
Very sure he would appreciate it. And if you're not 100% to speed about what these creatures are, you can go watch my video about what they are and how to survive them. But with that out of the way, let's get to it. The video starts with another government-issued informational video.
You know, I wonder, who's the guy who, like, makes these government, like, announcements, these EA announcements? Is it, like, the judicial branch, the legislative branch, or what? That's what I want to know. Probably not the judicial branch.
That tells us that where we live can be a huge factor in how dangerous these entities.
Really? So you're telling me the 8-foot-tall demons from hell are a threat? Honestly, the M16A4 and AK-47 looks like a pretty good option right now.
Are. Come to find out, stalkers and tormentors actually have a slight weakness to the cold. Due to this, the farther you move north or south from the equator, the less these entities you'll find. But do not take this lightly, since you will still find these dudes in the coldest of places. The cold only impairs their abilities, but does not kill them, so stay cautious. To reinforce this, we are immediately shown a picture of a tormentor about to incinerate a...
So you're telling me this guy is not bulletproof? Is he immune to flames?
Poor victim. My question to this one victim: why are you outside at night?
This is a good question too. Why is this man unironically watching these government announcement videos outside what looks to be like 12 a.m. in winter? Like, are you actually trying to get killed?
Knowing that these creatures are out there.
Exactly.
And especially the fact that it's a tormentor. You really didn't take the advice from my video, did you, huh? However, we are then told that oppositely to their dislike of the cold, stalkers and tormentors actually thrive in warmer climates, and you'll find the highest
dislike of the cold. Is this him getting frostbite?
advice from my stalkers and them the closer you get to the equator. We are then provided this map of the safety levels based on stalker and tormentor presence.
So, let's look at the map. Northern part of the world is fine. Russia, Finland, Norway, Greenland, Canada, Sweden, Iceland, habitable. Dangerous, most of Asia. Europe is completely unsafe besides northern part. United States, uninhabitable, which is, I see a little bit of Florida. Why don't they just bomb this area? Most of Africa, the only safe parts are northern and southern Africa. Brazil, and the most part of the South American part is just cooked, completely fried. Sorry, my homeboys from South America. Oceania, of course, Australia is dangerous. When is it not? As if the spiders don't kill the tormentors and the creatures from hell. Of course, there's a little bit of sliver I know from what looks to be northern Antarctica that seems to be unsafe.
Mexico, most of South America, all of Africa, India, and the East Indies, and chunks of China and Australia are very dangerous to live in. Most human settlements in the northern hemisphere are dangerous to live in, along with the tips of South America, South Africa, and where most people in Australia live. While cut off, New Zealand would be in the dangerous area, but I'm optimistic for their chances. It might be a safe haven, but...
It might be.
Probably not. Moderate
Alright.
areas in the northern area is Alaska, the most northern parts of Canada, Greenland, Iceland, and chunks of Norway and Sweden, along with the most northern parts of Russia. Semi-surprisingly, since there is no human presence there, but Antarctica is considered safe land with little to no stalker
This is not true, AT. I'm sorry to butt in, but there's 11 people,
or tormentor
or however
presence.
many.
No doubt a lot of Arctic researchers are about to pop up in Elsie's universe, begging to do research in Antarctica to get away from these creatures. Or maybe governments would have to consider making permanent settlements in Antarctica for humans to live in. However, realistically, the uber rich would just hog all the available housing and leave us
So
to our
true.
fate. But notice how the Caribbean islands along with Central America has been labeled uninhabitable. This is for a lot of good reasons. The Caribbean landmass is very flat with almost no hills or high vantage points to
The
escape
reasons
or
as
get a
listed
good lookout
pause to
from.
read.
The ground is
Okay.
covered with thick jungle and forest, making it a perfect environment for stalkers and tormentors to
Why don't we, like, bomb the forest or, like, cut them all down or, like, use napalm from, like, fighter jets and bombers?
walk around and hiding and ambush victims, while also making it impossible to predict attacks from either. The water surrounding the islands is extremely shallow, making it easy for stalkers or tormentors to give chase if you try to swim or sail away. Now it's official. Tormentors can swim and have the power to capsize
Brother. It just gets worse in this universe. Like, first, they're immune to gunfire. Besides that one creature that police officer mag dumped. Shout out to that cop.
small boats, so sailing away is not possible.
So why don't the military or navy around the area just have like naval blockades preventing civilians from going there to get hurt, or is the military just that much of a bitch?
This is actually the first major difference to reality, but in the series, historically no human who has ever traveled to the Caribbean has ever returned alive, meaning that returning to the Caribbean islands is a 100% death sentence. And Central America, while still not having the same characteristics, still has an unusually high concentration of these entities and it's uninhabited by humans. One thing to note, this only applies to stalkers and tormentors. All other entities that we are aware of are unaffected by temperature and chances of an encounter remain the same regardless of location.
So Antarctica is not guaranteed safe zone. Okay.
And
That's nice
that's
to
pretty
know.
much the summary of the video. Terrifying stuff for everyone. The music that Elsie used, combined with the fact that it's an international threat, really gives the feeling of everyone is doomed. But what's on my mind is what happens to a stalker or tormentor in the extreme cold that makes it weaker.
That's my question, because these things seem to thrive, particularly in warmer climates, regardless of like continental area. Besides Antarctica, that's what I wonder.
Even if it's just slightly.
So wait, does winter affect them or no? Because it's not a permanent season. That's an interesting question. I want to know.
Well, I have a theory. We've all been there. It's cold outside and you're trying to type on your phone or something, but your fingers are moving in slow motion because they are so cold. Well, this is actually called
Hot take: I've never done any of this ever. Safety announcement for everybody: never, ever, regardless, pull out your phone in cold temperatures because slowing down will, affect you. Always keep active during the cold. Never stop moving. Always layer up.
cold-induced stiffness. This happens because in your fingers, or really any joint in your body, the cold temperature cools down the skin, muscles, and tendons, which slows down nerve signals and reduces muscle power. The fluid in your finger joints that acts like a lubricant becomes more thicker and less like oil and more like gel,
Oh, it's
causing
like
them to go in slow motion.
grease
Along with less
in a
blood
way.
flow to your fingers because the body wants to keep internal organs warm, and the human can live without a finger or two. You know, I kind of like all 10 of my fingers. My theory
Yeah.
is that all of these side effects affect stalkers and tormentors too. So an Arctic tormentor would run slower, maybe 75 miles per hour.
Oh, this is true because didn't he say that they're completely just bare skin, no fur, nothing to keep them warm? So maybe that's why. That's actually not smart. Actually not smart. Yeah.
Minimum, while a tropical tormentor could run the usual 100 plus mile per hour. Same thing applies to stalkers. Now about the uninhabited parts of the map that we have seen.
So my question is, why doesn't the government just put martial law in effect, have like National Guardsmen or whatever, like on the streets, making sure civilians, like a curfew?
Based on the fact that no human has left a
Damn. Central America and northern part of South America is just uninhabitable. Honestly, I wonder if, like, the military or the governments around the world just build giant walls to prevent these things from going any further.
Alive in history means that not only the Panama
Of course,
Canal doesn't
Florida.
exist, since construction would be impossible, but a huge ass chunk of Florida is uninhabitable, meaning Miami doesn't exist in this universe. This is also bad for the East Coast, since
GTA 6 is delayed for another 10 years, by the way, because of this.
stalkers and tormentors would be moving up and down the
Hey,
Appalachian
Jersey.
mountain range, causing chaos and mass casualties as they move around. I'd better get started on building a panic room since I'm at a very big risk. Oh, notification on my cameras. What the?
Oh, hell no.
It's too late. And that's it. That's a summary on the newest addition to the Parallel Horror series so far. LC's work is amazing. Definitely
His work is amazing, so is ATL's work.
go support him. And also to all of you good people that liked, commented, and subscribed on my channel on the first video
First subscriber, by the way, of his channel. Very first subscriber of his channel.
ever on the channel. You guys are genuinely amazing. Thank you so much for all of the support. I love you all. And for my next video, I'm gonna make it official. It's Vita Carnus. Production on the Vita Carnus video has been a bit slower than expected because of life reasons, and Vita Carnus is
And us playing Gary's mod.
a significantly more developed and information-dense series than the Parallel. But I promise you all, it's coming. Also, check out my Instagram. I post unrelated
I didn't even know he has an Instagram. Sorry, dude.
funny stuff, and it's been around longer than this channel. And what would you do in the Parallel universe?
Go to the nearest military base.
Would you hold your ground and defend yourself,
Hold my ground and defend myself.
or would you move somewhere cold to avoid an encounter?
Both.
Think about it.
Shout out Jesus. Nice video. I really like his editing. I've known this guy for years. I really like him. Cool guy. Anyways, shout out. Goodbye.